I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get your sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that mean me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that mean me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that mean me not say it. Know who score, that mean me not say it. Never know no game play, that mean me not say it. If me never see no game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you a go love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. It's another episode of the Legends Corner. And today I know that he's younger than most of the other legends that we have spoken to, because we have spoken to some of the footballers from the 70s, the 80s and stuff. But this ball has been around long enough, you understand me? Remember, people, when Bauer Hines was on, he showed us a picture of, it wasn't called the Harbour Mini Stadium at that time. It was called the Compound. Right, and there was a little footballer that he was playing with. I mean, man looked like he was like 11 or 12 years old. We have managed to, to get a hold of him. He has grown a little taller, and his hair has gotten a little longer, right? And so we go talk to him today. He's a. Some people, I remember when he used to go to the stadium, they said that they used to call him the one-footed maestro, because he was, predominantly left-footed. But I'm very sure over the years he has learned to use both legs. But we have with us the astute, the one of the youngest Jamaican ballers to get a pro contract, to go overseas and have a stellar career in England. I mean, stellar career for Jamaica, stellar career at Bolton. He's like a cult hero in that club. And I mean, remembered and watched by many Jamaicans. You talk about setting the trend. This footballer has done it. I know he's into coaching, getting his badges. Could be a future coach, on the island, we don't know, or maybe in the Premier League. Don't know if we're going to get into that today, but I want you to give a big warm welcome to the Legends Corner. Ricardo, Bibi, Gardner.
What an introduction. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. The first person, I normally send out the link. So the first person who I send the link to says, "Who is that? Big deal?" I said, "No, so I have to respond and say, no, it's not KFC." Yeah, man. But so good, so good to have you. It's been a while, but finally, and I want you to know that you're going to have to help me pay Freddie, because he says I owe him big time. Forgetting this done up. So you're going to have to help me pay him, his consultation fees. Because, he said charge a pretty penny for his job, I think. But, a lot of respect, and really appreciate you coming on. And again, firstly, like we do with all the legends, I know sometimes the the kind of accolades that needs to be given to footballers and recognition is not duly done. I don't think people have fully yet recognized what you have accomplished in your life. And just when you started playing football, how young you receive your contract. And I was telling someone recently that if they go back and calculate the value of what was paid for you then, it is equivalent. I don't know if you know this. It is equivalent today to $42 million. Euros. So if they were buying you today, it would be 42 million.
What a way to look at it.
Right? So look, so when you go back, you realize that because in those days, $10,000 Jamaican.
Yeah, man, it's a lot. I remember back in the days as a youngster receiving 10,000 from my sponsor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they usually have like sponsors for different players, and you have to not only represent yourself on the national team, but also that private sector and that company. You know what I mean? And I used to get a $10,000 check monthly. I was
yeah.
That mean a whole lot to me, Them time,
what could tell people? Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. What could 10,000 like probably buying that time? Probably could buy a TV.
Yeah, man. I could put up a TV in your room, man.
There you go.
My house,
There you go, man. All right, so Sir Gardner, I know you have not been knighted yet, but we're gonna call you Sir Gardner for the purpose of the interview. I want you to tell us. When did you start playing football? Because I have a picture here. I don't know if you want me to bring it up enough. In a big old Harbour jersey beside Bower Heights, So where did it all start for you? From the very beginning of your career, where did you start playing football? What age and your first club all the way to your days at Wolmer's?
Start from Harbour still, Start from Harbour where you're born and grow. So start within the house. You know what I mean? I grew up, see my bigger brother play the football, who I am a big fan of, even today, just of him as a human being, you know what I mean? A Treasure Bancroft who also used to represent Harbour as well. Yeah, I grew up...
Roger Bancroft?
Bancroft.
Okay.
Yeah, Jopsy.
Jopsy
also...
just
as me.
Oh, you know right. He used to play back in Harbour in the early days.
Yeah, he used to play for Harbour also.
Okay.
Yeah, when I just started out, he was the left back there, and he got injured. And I came in, and the rest was history.
So
but we keep it in the family, no?
What age did you start playing?
I started young, man. Just in the community, though. No one outside the community know much of me unless we play in the under 12 competition across the island, or the under 14, or the under 16s. But I started representing the senior team at a very young age,
Okay.
But I've started in the community. Start from little competitions. Still we start representing the community. Didn't get to play in the primary school football because here we supposed to enter. The manager died, passed, so we sore wrestling, so we didn't get to do much of that. So I was involved in a lot of running also. Yeah, and I went to Harbour Primary, which was just around the road from me.
Yeah.
So I was involved in a lot of running. At one point, I was also the champion boy for Harbour Primary. So
it could have been you going against Usain Bolt, man.
Too much speed at Piango still, but yeah, it could be me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we really started off with football. Everybody in the community know that we can play football. But as I say, not much outside the community know of that ability. So from Harbour Primary, I went to the primary champs. Yeah, common entrance time. So we got primary champs and thing, and I was the fastest boy within Harbour Primary at that time, man. The second fastest in the entire primary, all primary,
Okay.
So at that point, I came second in the 100-meter sprint. I think it was a runner named Leon from Excelsior Primary who went on to Calabar also.
Yeah.
Was the only one that beat me in that championship. So I was like the second fastest within the primary school.
That's all primary.
At that point. Okay. That's primary champs. That's primary champs.
Champs. Okay.
Yeah. So my pass to Excelsior now. But because I run from a primary school and thing, Mr. Francis, now MVP coach, who was
Right.
Ulman's
Mr.
coach
Stephen
at that time.
Francis, right.
Yeah, Mr. Steve Francis, who was Ulman's coach at that time. He get my details and he find me out by Harbour View. So I do come on entrance, pass for Excelsior and thing. I remember going to school the first day. Reach home and thing,
Excelsior?
Yeah, man, I Excelsior, I'm a passer, man.
So
Excelsior
so you actually went to Excelsior? Like you went there
for
the
one
first
day. For one day, I can't remember nothing else about it. I can't regain nothing else about the day. But I know I went for one day, which was the first day of school.
Orientation.
Yeah, orientation. But
Yeah.
growing up, it was always Excelsior Camperdown because most of Harbour View is Excelsior Camperdown. You know what I mean? I grew up on my friends. Some of my friends them I go Excelsior, some of my friends them I go Camperdown. So it's a two school that I've always like and I've always have interest in. You know what I mean? So my choice during common entrance was Excelsior and Camperdown. So I passed at Excelsior. I went home the day after primary champs and couple of days after, I think a day after, a couple of days after, Mr. Francis came up to the gate and he have a meeting with mommy, and after the meeting, mommy say, I go to Excelsior, I get a scholarship for go to Ulman's. I remember me tell you something, boy, live in the water.
Why? You wanted to go to Excelsior because all have a few friends.
Yeah, because all of my have a few friends, they're Excelsior and Camperdown at my school. Them time I know nothing about Ulman's. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, I regret no day being
Going
at
to
that
Ulman's.
school. Yeah, because that school have taught me so much. And
I wonder how the Excelsior people them feel about that,
Oh man, enough feel low, yeah, man, because Excelsior have big schools here, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but I regretted no day in Ulman's, you know what I mean, from the first day to the last. You know, that play a big part in what Ricardo Gardner is today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I went on to Ulman's at that time. No one knew that I could play football there unless they know me. So
From Harbour View, from out in the east, yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 2 man when we play football against across the country, you know what I mean? So I went to Ulman's for track and field. Do Miami Classic, Gibbs already, all of them things there. Them time that nobody knows I could have played football until they see me on the football field.
So you actually run a champs?
Yeah, man, run a champs, man, but me end up get a injury, so that never complete, and then we give up track and field for football, but we'll come to that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I go on and them see me on the field now. I'm play Pepsi, win Pepsi that year. So I did so well in Pepsi that year. With the help of my teammates also. You know, the Manning Cup coach wanted me to quit course that year to play Manning Cup. You know what I mean? So at that point, after that year that we win Pepsi, after my first year, keep on doing running same way.
You were in first form at this time?
Yeah, that time I was in first form. The first form now, gone a second form. Have me a train with the Manning Cup team, still at the track and field and stuff like that, you know. Until them start seeing me less on the track and field. But on the track and field, you know. Yeah. Start seeing me less training. So
Mr. Francis will come check. Mr. Francis will come look for you.
Until they say them start for me 5 days till them start seeing me 4 days, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day till them don't see me done at all. Just on the ball field them see me. And everybody I pressure Mr. Francis, I say, oh no, the track and field, just a focus on Mr. Francis say, leave him, man, just leave him and make him do what he want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I hear them for play Manning Cup, I'm gonna get for play Manning Cup, I end up play Coles that year there. Reason being now why I never get to play a Manning Cup now. Because then time my player like come play for Harbour View minor league team, no? And we'd have training out of Harbour View and me that bug ground and I broke my hand. You know what I mean? So they have a cast on my hand at the time, but I still I go Manning Cup training and I still a train and thing. But Harbour View reach a finals now with Max Seal. You see me? In the under 16, one of the baddest finals I ever played with. Up to today as a youth.
Yeah,
man.
you need to tell us some of the players that were on both teams when you get there. If you can remember any of them.
Yeah, man. You have to, but I must say earless though. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But we still can go on because them name deserve to be mentioned in a conversation like this too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think at that time there was two
Very
good team
teams.
with some really good players. You know what I mean? Yeah. So at that point now, Harbour View of our finals. We training for Manning Cup for the 93-94 season. 93 season where Excelsior beat us in the final. So we're training on Harbour View have a match coming up, a finals coming up in the stadium. So our coach now, which is Steve Francis now, say, listen, anybody who none of them player them playing at the finals. You mean? You know them thing they go.
Yeah.
Yeah, them thing
You
they
can't play
always
no
go on
ball.
in a Manning Cup, you know.
You can't play enough. You can't play for the school. You play for your club that game there.
Your community. Yeah. So I tell you, say no, say yo, here we go on. Anybody who play the finals, now I go play a Manning Cup. Them time them are the youngest youth among the batch who play for Harbour View as well. I represent Ulmans. You know what I mean? So I mean alone the man use as example, but me I tell you say me not regret nothing that day still because
so you actually play for Harbour View and miss the Manning Cup?
Yes, so I end up go play for Harbour View. I tell you the only reason why I could play for Harbour View too, because at the end of the day when I come to and reach a match and thing, the referee I say I can't play in my chaos and thing. So there's a decision I have to make now, a tough decision. I'm saying cut out the chaos, you know. I'm gonna come so I get a scissors and start cut off the chaos and them start telling me cut off the chaos down to about my wrist. And them time them soak it in a sponge. So come I could have even get to end up play the finals too.
Because that time you're around 13 years old.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I'm 13, 14 years old. You see me? I'm cut off the chaos way down and soak it in the water. So I could have get to play all the finals there too. Whoa. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why I didn't get to play a Manning Cup that year when Excelsior beat Ulmans in the finals in 1993.
Okay, but the Harbour View team won the under 16 versus Maxfield.
Yeah, we won 4-3, goal after goal after goal.
4-3 must have been a very good game.
Yeah, man. Them time they have people on our team like we have Wallamar, Montauk, we have Shakir Williams, we have Bedasi, we have Dwayne Johnson from Excelsior, we have Yara Magnus, we have some talented players, man. We have Speedy Williams. And we had some talented players. We have Rice from KC. We have we have some talented players. Yeah. And Maxwell had some very good players as well. You have Della and you have Mark Williams who went to Calabar. Some really good players at that point. And they also had Winston Griffiths who came up from the country. They have Graham also who came up from the country playing for them. So it was a very good game.
Chris Smith is saying, Bibi, at the year with Head and Fana and Figo, Bojo, Ray play for Maxfield.
Yeah, the same year there.
Yeah.
All of them man they play for Maxfield. Yeah, man, it was a hell of a game in the national stadium, man. So them score, so we score, so we score, so them score. And
so you were playing left back at this
I
early
was
stage?
playing left back
from that time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so now we went on to play Manning Cup the following year now, in which we won 1-0 against Tivoli in the finals.
So you were still doing track and field?
No, man, I stopped track and field now. At this moment, I stopped track and field, man. I tell you, say, them start in 5 days, till them start in 4 days. Them start in 3 days, till them just see me on the football field alone. And Mr. Francis just said, leave him, man, make him do him, man.
Okay.
If
so the
that's
following
his
year,
passion, just leave him, man. The following year. Following year now, we'll go on and we win Manning Cup with Craig Perch, Carlington Clark, Puppy Dog, as most of us know him as.
Constance Paul
Prendergast, Armstrong, Damir, Don't really want to leave out nobody, but there was a lot. You have Pascal McIntosh who went on to score the winning goal in the finals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have Andrew McLeod. We have Babu, Anthony White. Yeah, it was a hell of a team. You have Julian Francis. A hell of a team also. Clear. Also a left back.
Yeah.
Jomo. And we went on and win that year against a very good Tivoli team.
Big final in the National Stadium. Money.
Yeah, Steve Green and Shanman and all of them, man.
Steve Green.
At the prime of them time.
Yeah. And
man.
It's third form. It's actually third form. You want money?
Yeah, it was third form. Yeah.
So, because now you're around 14. 14 going to be 15.
Yeah,
man. 14. Whoa.
Yeah, man, at that time. But Prendergast play have a hell of a game to goalkeeper have a hell of a game. I think he play a massive part in us winning that finals.
So how important was that for you? I mean, being a 14-year-old in a Wolmer's team who, I mean, up to that point, I know you had won it before, but it was such a it's like the KC and the JC and those teams, and the Charlie Smith was just, and the Camperdown, all of those teams are, and Excelsior, those teams are doing better up to that point. Wolmer's was always there, but not getting into the finals to win it. How was it for you and your team? How important was it?
It was great, man. It was great. It was a hell of an experience. It was a great experience. I remember scoring both goals also in the semi-final, which was against KC with Andre Henry and all of them. And that was the game that took us to the finals.
You beat KC?
We win 2-1. And me end up scoring both goals on that day. So those days are very memorable.
Yeah, which one of those Manning Cup game that you played that you said, listen, this Manning Cup game was my best game in that final, in that run to the Manning Cup championship? Or you probably have a couple of them that really stood out to you because of how competitive it was? I know the final is one because that was a very, very big match with Steve Green and, like I said, that Tivoli team. But any other game in the season you remember because of how your team played or the opponent and how you had to fight?
To be honest, the two most important one was the semi-final and the finals. Those two games was far for me. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I played a hell of a game on both days. I ended up scoring 2, as I say, and that took us to the finals because if we didn't win that game, then
right. Who else was in that semi-final? Who else was in the semi-final group? You remember the rest of the team?
I don't remember. I remember the next team, you know.
Oh, why the Wolmer's man them always remember when they beat KC? They don't remember nothing else.
You know the rivalry they go ahead.
They want to remember one game that they beat KC. They want to remember the one game, the one team.
Yeah, because of that game that they play a final, so I remember that game there, you know what I mean? That's how I go, man. I'm vice versa too, you know.
Yeah. So you win that, but you're still playing. At this time, you're playing in the Harbour Major League team.
Yeah, well, I'm know my brother get injured one game and come on and hold my own and everybody like what I come on and do when my brother come off, you know. So from then on, everybody start embracing me. From Nandilu, Light Barker, all of them coming up, you know. Freddie Butler himself, because we are always getting guidance from those who have done it before us, you know what I mean?
So in third form at 14 years old, you're playing for the Harbour senior team.
Yeah, man.
At left back.
Yeah, man.
All right, so all right, awesome. So when after you won that year, what happened now with your career after you won it? Because you never went back.
No, yeah, man, I went back because remember now we win 94 and then
and you won again 96.
No, man, we lose to
Charlie Smith.
Charlie Smith 3-0 in the rain.
Yes. With Kevin Pele Wilson and all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what year, right? That was it, 95 or 96?
I think that was
That was your last
95
year.
or 96. That was my last year. Yeah.
Okay. So you went back to the finals. Who are part of the team this time around? Because
We had Jonas here. We have Armstrong. We have Anthony White. We have a younger version. We have Earl. We have Christoph from who played for Renaissance sound system as well.
Somebody's reminding us that was 95. That was 1995.
Yeah. But Charles Smith have Pedal Wheels, so them have Bunzi.
Try
the big five.
Try Garnet. Garnet. Ching Su. Kwame Richardson.
Mott.
And Eugene Barnes.
Barnes, exactly,
Yeah.
Which was a tough challenge, a tough task. Yeah, but I think it was still a very good game. I think that day we should call off the game still because it was a lot of rain on the day, even though me think it would give you a better chance, even though we are playing against such a
quality opposition.
Quality Charlie Smith team. You know what I mean?
Okay. So by this now you're fully in the Harbourview team, playing regularly, but you're also playing your final year of schoolboy football. You're not playing you're playing any junior football for Jamaica during this time, where you call up to any of the junior teams during this time.
Yeah, man. I got called up to under 20, which Bertie Spell was the coach for. I went on to, I think, the quarterfinal. I dropped out in the quarterfinal that was held in Mexico.
Okay. So you're really, by this now, at least the persons in the hierarchy of football are kind of, go ahead.
Under 17, I never really get to play no much under 17 because I really get dropped off of the squad because I'm a hairstyle, you know what I mean? At that time, Aleman was in charge. Yeah. So I never really get to go in on the under 17 squad.
Why? What was wrong with your hair at that time?
You know, you have Nandi Lou hairstyle them time there. We have some little youth. You don't know Nandi. I want to idol them and grow up. You get me?
And I have a rooftop.
Yeah, and them have the line them I go through him in.
Oh.
So at the end of the day, when I not even make my side, them start cuss all my baba.
Oh,
so they
cuss the mama, say the mama.
Yeah. So I give me a part in my head and a bag or something. I make me go play for Jamaica side and a pressure him. But at the end of the day, we did one part. But when we go outside in the world, them things they show, we say, your style don't really have nothing to do with even school, you know what I mean?
Whoa, so you didn't play on the under 17 team because of your hairstyle?
Yeah, because I'm a hairstyle.
Whoa.
You understand? You have to carry yourself a certain way because that's a standard of Jamaica and that's a standard we always say. But on the outside world, it's still a standard. How you carry yourself and how you attire yourself. You understand what I'm saying? But it shows you that that's not the main focus, and you can be like that and you can achieve something being like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether you're a Rasta, whether you're baldhead, whether you have some part in your head, that not supposed to determine who you are at the end of the day.
That is true. So now, so this is 95, which is your final year, because after Charlie Smith beat you, you didn't play back at Woolmans.
No, I decided not to finish my final year.
Your final year. So now you're at Harbourview.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So now is when so this is 95. So this is because we're going to World Cup 98. So Simo is around right now.
Simo is around right now, you know.
So so you have to tell us the story, you know, because you want to hear my story and then you can share your, because I have a story about how you got called, you know.
Yeah, man, you can tell me your story here, man.
So let me tell you the story that I heard. I heard that Gregory Mesa was a starting left back at Harbourview. All right. But there's a game where you ended up starting and Simois came to the game. And they were kind of a little bit upset that Gregory Messam was on the bench, right? And he was trying to put a thing in place where the national players, if they are not starting, they could move to teams during the season, so they would be starting. But having now watched the game and he saw you, he was so impressed that it wasn't even the schoolboy football, it was a game at Harbour when he was really looking at Messam that he saw you playing and was so impressed with you. And it was from there, it was really at Harbour that you're really spotted by him.
Playing that. I mean, I hear about it more than one story still, you know what I mean? Me myself can't pinpoint and say that's a game.
Yeah.
Rene Simo saw me in. But I know he saw me at under 20 level for the national team. You know what I mean? Because it was, at the end of the day, it wasn't only me from that under 20 team who come up into the national team and was a part of the squad, the training squad, before we actually start getting playing time. You had me. You also have Everton Bunzi, Mott. You have Donovan Ricketts. You know what I mean? All of us came through one time. You have Fana, you have Steve Green. All of us play on the same under 20 team.
Fana is Winston Griffiths?
Winston Griffiths, yeah.
So Winston Griffiths, Pele was on the under 20 team.
No, Pele wasn't on that under 20 team. You have
Bunzi,
you have Bunzi, you have Mott, you have Donovan Ricketts, yeah.
Steve Green.
Jeremy and you, yeah, Steve Green.
Oh, Jeremy and you too? Oh.
Yeah, man, Jeremy and you was a part of that. Team as well.
That under 20. So all of you guys came up.
Yeah, man. Me and Jeremy and you come through Harbour together, you know. We play under 14, we play under 16 together.
I'm okay.
Jeremy and you came from St. Thomas at that time, from under 14 stage.
Okay, so while he was playing for St. Thomas, when he was playing for St. Thomas, he was still a part of Harbour. Because he was it Titchfield? Because he went to the final. He went to the finals of the Costa Cup as well.
Yeah, man. But I'm talking for the under 14 and under 16, you know.
Okay.
When we were playing together in the season.
Together, yeah. Okay. So all right. So when did I mean? Where did you get your first call? At what point did Simoes call you? What was
Well, when we came back from the under 20, and from then, we were always a part of the training squad. What Simoes has always done during that time is, for example, the under 20 team and the senior team, plus a mixture with the under, most of the under 23 team mix up with the senior team already.
Right.
So we will always be training at the same time. So we always play a squad match together. Yeah.
Oh.
So from there, what was where he picked his squad, and we were always a part of the squad from we come back from the under 20 tournament.
Okay, that's a very interesting concept. So because everybody's training together, he mixes the squad, then he could get to see the young players, even though he has his squad, and see if anybody's there that he could draft in. So it's out of that you got identified and you got called into that team, I think.
Yeah, man, and of course, by playing for Harbour on a regular basis, week in, week out, at the age.
Because you're playing Premier League at Harbour as well.
I was playing Major League coming up to Premier League, yeah.
Okay. You didn't play in the Premier League. You
no, I went before. Just
when
before.
They qualified. When they qualified. Yeah, right before they qualified. Okay, all right, cool. So tell us about breaking into the national team, starting your first game for Jamaica. Who was it against, and how did you feel being a 17-year-old, 16-year-old?
About 16, 17 them time.
Yeah.
I think it was again. That. Yeah, man. I remember. It wasn't just like that, though. I can tell you that it wasn't just like that. There was a lot before that really come.
Go ahead, man. Share the story. Yeah, man. Go ahead and share the story.
Because we used to, we have a squad. We come together on a monthly basis and we break for games, because that's how Simoes usually run it, So we'll train, especially when the Premier League is going on, and we're in the country. there will be time when we always have to make sacrifice and when we leave the country together as a team. But whenever we are in Jamaica, I usually let us out on the weekend to go and play. You know what I mean? So we'll train and we'll play. But during the time at camp when we have World Cup qualifying and them things, you will train. For example, a squad of 30 players will train, and then and maybe the Friday before game day, it will cut down to 20. And I was always in the 10 that's always leaving. You know what I mean? At that time, Mr. Boxhill was the manager, and we usually go over to the house and they usually say, "Bibi, you know here?" I'm say, "No, I'm not here." I say, another one here, You see me? Yeah, so we usually drop it for weed. So by that, when we hear him call you over for him, we don't know what time
you're not in it. You're not in it.
Yeah, you're not in it. Another one here, You see me? Yeah, man. So we usually in the squad where we always have to go home on a weekend time, but the environment where we create, we just couldn't wait for come back in when Monday forward. You know what I mean? We just wanted them back once we brother them again and ready again to compete again. So at the same time, we are prepare ourselves for them moment. You know what I mean? And in one game that Messan got injured, and there were even games before that where Mesam got injured and other people fill in because him was just never think me ready at the time. You see me? And we have just understand and know say a part of the process that, you see me?
Yeah.
So there was game where Shorty Malcolm go left back.
Dean Sewell.
And Dean Sewell go left back, and I am available. But it's just the coach's decision at the end of the day. You know what I mean? He not think me ready yet, and maybe just the right time and put me there. I'm just grab it with both hands, because when he never put me there, he prepare me.
Yeah.
I prepare for that moment there. So when the moment they arise, me not feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you remember what game Jamaica was playing when Mesam got injured and you had to go on?
I think it's either Colombia or Santos, I think it's either Colombia or Santos in the stadium.
You can't forget the first game you play, man. You have to make sure you get it right,
I think it's Colombia, though.
Okay. So your first game was you came on as a substitute.
Yeah.
To replace.
Score another game, too.
You get, man, you have to remember who you play, but it's your first international goal, you don't remember.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so all right, somebody's going to tell us, because I'm very sure that somebody knows who you scored.
Yeah,
so the first game you actually played, you scored in it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, that's interesting. Your first, I mean, you remember the goal?
Yeah, it's a ball come up on top of the 18 and I catch it on the volley.
Yeah.
You see me?
And this is in the National Stadium?
Yeah, this is in the National Stadium.
Somebody say, I know Colombia.
Santos. One of the two.
Okay. Next man say Colombia.
I remember that still. But one of the two, though. One of the two.
So who squared the ball to you?
No, it was a ball just come out on top, Like one of them defender edit out.
Okay.
On the volley.
Yeah. Somebody said it was Colombia. You volleyed it. You say a grounder to the far post.
Yeah, it was a volley.
Yeah, there you go. So
know the type of goal. So see there.
yeah. Okay, so that was your first goal. So I mean, so Mesam is injured. You come in, you play this game. Did you have to go back on the bench after this, or this was the time? No, you kind of got into the team.
No, this was the time I made the transition. This was the time I made the transition.
So from that time you started.
Yeah, from I came on in that game, onwards, it was just me.
All right. I don't know that some people have more information about you than you, because Ricardo Badger said when you played Colombia, you made your debut. You made your debut before that.
Who says that?
I don't. Hey, these people know more information than you. But don't worry, we still get accurate info. All right, we still get it right. So here it is that I mean, so once you came on and you scored that goal, you said
Yeah, man. Once I came on, I just grabbed the opportunity with both hands, you know.
Okay. Yeah, man, and tell us about that now. I mean, your whole journey from that point now to the World Cup, and you being contacted by Bolton Wanderers and stuff. So now you started. Yes, this is the second game for Jamaica. Tell us about your experience all the way to France, 1998.
Well, things start get serious now, you know. Things start get serious now. The team start tour and everything there. So it come to a time now where I miss too much class and too much school. So at that point now, Simone came to me and Simone said, you have a decision to make. It's either school or football. I know it's a tough decision. I'm going to give you time to think about it, time to talk to the right people, and time to make the right decision. And you must always remember the decision is for you.
You seen the message?
No.
This is Freddie Butler saying, "Yo, sufferer, Colombia it was."
Yeah, man. You see, we do all man.
Yeah.
No one of them, man.
Yeah, man. So go ahead now, right? So he came to you, had this conversation.
Yeah, he came to me and we have this conversation. And he said, "You have to make a decision now. It's either school and our football, because we start tour now. We start spend less time in Jamaica. You know what I mean? And things start to get hectic, you know. So I'm going to spend less time in school. So I have an important decision to make. And I remember clearly. You know what I mean? Entire Jamaica become my mother and my father. Who not say him for go back to school for this and for that, and who not say him for this and for that. You see me?
Yeah.
I remember when my brother come to me and forward to me and say, "Is there anything you do? Me, I go support you." And so I make the decision, I say. I make that decision, a tough decision, but you see that decision what I make. I go make sure say work.
Yeah.
And prove who I say me for go to school say, yeah man, this can work that way, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm make sure say me not let down them neither.
Yeah.
You see me? Because if it wasn't successful, I'll be letting not only myself down, but them people let you know what I mean? So I just them thoughts that go through me and I make decision and say, well, you hear me? Road, you know.
So what did your mother say when you go and tell her that
yeah, man, my mother say school, man. My mother say school.
How did you convince her?
I'm a brother alone. I'm a brother alone, man.
So it was your brother who had to convince her?
Yeah. We have to convince her now, because she say, because I tell her, because she must talk to her too, as well. You know what I mean? She must talk to her as well. Yeah. So that was a tough decision, but it's a right decision. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say all heap of you to the struggle with them decision there, you know what I mean? But as me I say, when I make the decision, I make sure I tell myself, say, I gonna make that decision when I make work. I make sure say, I not let down myself, and I not let down them people there. I say I for go to school. I say I gonna do anything in my power to make sure say that go on. You see me?
Whoa. So what would you say, like, we're going to pause here because you need to give some advice, because like I said, there are other youngsters in Jamaica who are talented, who probably face these same situation, and probably, you know, they're under pressure by the school to come back to school and do this. You know, Jamaica is a society where people don't believe in professional football. So your mother, your father are going to say to you, you need to go to school, get an education. What do you say to the youngster now who probably facing the same decision that you faced back then?
I tell him say for consider everything what him really want to accomplish, whether he want to accomplish a degree or whether he want to play football at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because for me, football give me everything. So me can talk from on behalf of football. I can talk from behalf of the other part. And when I talk to people from the behalf of the other part, when I talk to Freddie say, I'm gonna use my degree not even one time. I'm talking to Andy Williams say, yo, I'm gonna use my degree and a ball them want to play. You know what I mean? So where your passion really there, and at the end of the day, when you make up your mind and make that decision, that you have to know within yourself, say, yo, you're not let your mother down no matter what. You're gonna make that decision there where you make work. That are the most important part.
You have
Now,
to be
make that
committed
decision
to it.
where you make, yeah, work. No matter how long it takes, no matter the process, no matter how much disappointment come, you can make it what? Work. You see me? The most important part of it are you and nobody else. And it's easy to say, yo, money and fight me, or that money and this or that money and that. You know what I mean? Then look in yourself and say, yo, say, I'm me and mess up. Say, me if I do better this, so. Say, me if I pull up my socks this, so. You know what I mean? Say, me I distract myself by doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's a big decision for you at that time,
Yeah, man,
because
a tough
you weren't
decision.
even because you weren't even getting a lot of money. It's not like the national team in the initial stages was paying.
Me I tell you, I never know what me I do. I just make a decision because of the love of football I have.
Yeah.
I never know what me I do. I never know say, yeah, this me I do. Yeah, this me I go get from football. Yeah. This me I go learn from football. A life me I go make out of football. When me I make the decision, I the love of football I make it for. None of them thing them. I don't think about nothing else. Other from the love of football, you know what I mean? Because I never know about nothing else other from that.
Yeah.
And the way I know I learn them experience there and get them experience there. I know what it is and what it is.
I wonder what like all man like Freddie Butler that tell us if you say, hey baby, if you go back to school, get yourself educated, Where
no
my
man, the money not tell for that, man. No, the money not tell for that. You know tell you. I don't know our culture already and our parent them just believe say, yo, study your book and your book is very important, and which is very important too, as well. Don't get me wrong, but we're supposed to also know say we support people to once them now do nothing wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Support passion and support dreams and support goals.
Big point.
You see me? And it can work that way there. You see me?
Yeah. Good big point. So now you make the decision that football is going to be in the national team. So it means that you can't afford to get job. You can't afford.
You know.
You can't afford.
So I still go to school them time there, I still go to school them time there,
Okay, you're still going to school, right?
Yeah, I still go to school them time there, man. Them time there, Pepe drop me at school and Pepe pick me up from school from up at the football house. Them time still there in a camp, you see me?
So while you're in camp, you're leaving from camp to go to school.
Yeah, I leave from camp to go to school, and even the man them from, even for example, Winston Griffiths and them man there, and Ray Graham and them man there. Them when them come in a camp, them usually have to go down a whole month or find another school. Go when they make the dialogue with Fidium principal and the other principal, them usually come to school in a town too, whenever them there in a camp.
Right, because they were also young, like Ray Graham was young and Fana was young, so they had to. Okay, so
still going to school.
So more than one of you were going to Woolmans, just.
Yeah, and other people, different school as well, you know what I mean?
Okay. So that's also Pepe was the person who was responsible.
Yeah, so Pepe picked me up and dropped me at school, man.
Not on the bike.
No, man, not on the bike. Don't tell me I drive, man.
Okay. Okay,
man,
okay.
I just beer ball from this one, and the man them just show beer love, and we just move as one, and then we are, when you see a glimpse of light down the tunnel until you start to clear down there.
Yeah.
That we start going to football, and we are say, yeah, this can happen.
You made the right move. You're supposed to feel good.
Yeah.
It look like the right thing with this side. You understand? Yeah.
And to be honest, I not even think so until we reach England.
Really?
No, I not think so.
Even when you qualify for the World Cup, you didn't believe that?
You know, qualifying for the World Cup was a dream that we had. It was, to be honest, it wasn't even a dream. I go sit down in front of you and tell you say it was a dream for you to qualify for the World Cup until Simons came to Jamaica and make you know say that possibly. You see me? Yeah. Because growing up as a youth, we usually just wait for the World Cup come round and see which side we're going to carry. Them time the Argentina will carry, so we just look for see.
No. Argentina, you carry.
Yeah, Argentina, me carry, isn't it? Yeah. So I look for see my side player when the World Cup come in. I not even think say we are going to even get an opportunity for play in a World Cup because we never see them thing there happen in a football. until Simons come a training, come a Jamaica and him change the whole mindset in terms of how we think, in terms of how we pre things, in terms of how we look into things certain way, you know what I mean? In terms of how we carry ourselves, you know what I mean? In terms of our whole outlook and football itself, him can make you know, say, oh, people not for work and go and then go out training in the evening. This is a profession.
Yeah.
You see me? And if this is a profession, it might also demand from you for act
To be
a certain way and
professional.
for operate a certain way to you see me?
Yeah.
So you can't operate or you used to operate again. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when them come and make them thing they possible now and we start see them thing there and them thing they happen, at them time they will say, yeah, this can't happen. This really can't happen. You know what I mean? And the things that he do on a daily basis and the camaraderie where we build and have amongst ourselves. Where, to be honest with you, more time I think about it, I have to laugh because when camp usually break out on a Sunday and the man them go them separate way, like the man them can't wait for camp call back. Just they back amongst each other, you know what I mean?
The feeling was so good.
Yeah, the feeling and the family was so
yeah.
good, you know. Everything was created was so good, man. I was so overwhelming at that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are some? Yeah. I mean, what are some of the other things in that whole journey leading up to the World Cup that really, stood out to you? That meant a lot to you. What are some of the adversities that you had to overcome? Because at one point you were now the only youngster left in the team. Because Fana was no longer a part of it at one point, and Ray Graham and some of these guys were no longer, though they were training, they weren't in the official squad. You're the youngest person in the team. I mean, what were some of the ups and downs that you had to deal with as a youngster?
Well, to be honest, at that point, I still know.
Or you got spoiled?
I don't pass a downtime there, So when I've been through in a football, I pass a downtime, and I just enjoy everything. I have no time to look up for talk about no downtime and this again. But just enjoy everything. Just play a ball. And just enjoy everything as it come my way. You know what I mean? Yeah man. At them time I just play a ball, man, and just enjoy every moment of playing ball, man, and them amongst each other, man, and I learn each day and I learn more. Because a whole heap of knowledge football taught me. A whole heap of knowledge football teach you on and off the field. A whole heap of knowledge football teach you not only about the game but life itself. You know what I mean? So
listen, the amount of comments and questions, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to try and see. So I'm afraid if you start putting any, because I don't want to skip out on anybody's comment. But let me just ask what they're asking. At what point did you get the name Bibi, and how did you come by the name Bibi?
You know, so when I ask about it, them say me usually love ball though. When I a little baby and them usually say hush baby until it just stick on me. So
okay.
That's that we remember from it. You know what I mean?
Okay. And many people felt like, I mean, like you were adopted by Pepe. Like even how you played, how the team played, it would look like if you were out of position, Pepe would cover for you. So it looked like there was a big brother, little brother with you and Pepe. And now we're hearing that, he's the one who used to pick you up and drop you off at school early in the camp. What was that relationship like in the camp?
Yeah, man, the relationship that was great, man. Nothing can beat the relationship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, they nurture we and help we along the way too. You know what I mean? So we have to pay respect every time. You know what I mean? The man, they always look out for you no matter what. You know what I mean? I remember one time, when something go on the field and me and Clark kick off, and then sit down Pepe run forward on the field, and Simon said, leave him alone. What's happened to you? Let him defend himself. You know what I mean? But we as a unit now, we never take them thing there as nothing.
Yeah, you just move on from it. Them looking at my personal.
Man, we not take that. No man, I just a situation we are get heated, boy. You know what I mean? And I don't really feelings or none of that. So when that done, man. You come off of the field, I never know say I wanna always see him. We just that go on. So you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it was just pure love and pure energy straight throughout our campaign.
Because that team went through a lot, because you had a big fight, I think, was it in Mexico?
Mexico.
Like when those fights were going on, like them put you by yourself and say, you just stay on that side, make we deal with them.
No, man, bench war too, man. Over on the bench we did it. We did it on the bench sometime.
Right, you're on the other side of the field. Yeah. So, a lot of adversity, a lot of adversity you guys went through. And
man. All the things, man.
That connection was still, but
that connection there was what made everything possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then part of the thing is that at some point at that campaign, all of you had sponsors, like different companies would.
So comes me I tell you about my $10,000.
So your sponsor was giving you $10,000.
Yeah, my sponsor at that time.
What, a day?
No, man, monthly them time, before I start get $30,000.
Okay, so you used to get 10,000.
And that a tank well. You see me? That 10,000 come like $1 million. Yeah. You see me?
Okay. And then you said that they increased that to 30,000.
30,000.
A month.
Yeah.
Right.
And them thing they really drive it to and push with too. To achieve too, you know what I mean?
Here you go, because you're being properly compensated, good coaching, and you guys had a very good relationship with the team manager at the time, who was Christian Boxill.
Yeah, and also at that time you couldn't even get complacent neither, because if you get complacent, your $30,000 gone. Because you're out of the squad. You know what I mean?
So you're out of the squad.
And when you're out of the squad now and lose your money. I mess up a relationship between them, you and them money, and the national team and them money. You're gonna be held responsible also, you know what I mean?
Okay. Whoa. All right, so here it is now that you guys did at any point at that camp, like, for the first set of games, we weren't in a good position, right? This is before Dean Burton, Paul Hall, and I think Fitzroy seems to came in, because it looked like we weren't going to qualify, though we had a chance. Though we weren't losing a lot of games, it was a lot of drawn games, because we were drawing a lot of games. The team was playing good, but we just we weren't winning the games. And what was it like when Paul Hall, Dean Burton, and Fitzroy Simpson came into the team at that point? How did that work with you? What were the dynamics of that, seeing that you needed a little oomph to finish out the campaign and qualify?
To be honest with you, them come in and them make a difference, but them come in and them fit into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Them come in and fit right in and make themselves feel at home. You know what I mean? Them never go on like say them too bigger than we or nothing. Them willing for do anything what we are do. You know what I mean? In order to accomplish the dream and in order to accomplish the goal that we work towards.
Yeah.
You see me? But as me I said, them come on board and it's all happening, but we also on the other hand have to know that no matter what, everything is still possible.
Still possible. All right, so now the final game, the National Stadium, Jamaica qualify, pandemonium. And think, what was that day like for you? Like leading up to the game, like what was the preparation like? What was the mindset? You understand me? What was it like at halftime? You can bring us back to that day, I think. Like Durant Brown was doing an interview and he said, Bridget, we can't explain it. It's like you have to go back in it.
It's all like a joke. You have to go back in it. The real, man. That's a serious stuff, man. A whole adrenaline around through your body, man. You know what I mean? I wake up and you just feel something, you just feel a vibe, and you just feel that energy. And you know, say, no matter what, I eat this. Yeah, man, we just want to go out there, go run, man. We just want to go out there, go run. Or reach that, or reaching at the stadium, and we'll see how the place run, man. We say, a great feeling, man. As Durant said, man, you just want to go back in that moment there. You have to really go back in that moment there, really. For me can really tell you the real joy and the real thing what I feel from it. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to really explain. Sit down and explain the feeling through that moment.
So you're
When you hear the
qualifying.
final whistle there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And you're qualifying now, big jubilation, celebration, national holidays. I mean, everybody basically like hero status, history created in Jamaica's football. You understand me? I guess by now many people start looking at the Jamaican team and now preparations start to go to the World Cup. What was it like for you to go to a World Cup? At what you were, I think you were still 17, going to be 18. I think, and because your birth date is in February?
No, September.
September, right. So after the World Cup is when you actually turn 18. Are you 18 at the World Cup and turn 19?
No, 18 and turn 19.
And turn 19, right. So
yeah,
going to the World Cup now, and what was it like, you know, being at the World Cup for the first time? The only time.
feeling the normal, man. I feeling the normal, you know. Even when the moment do come to you, know, when you see what pictures and you see what video, like you just get a whole shock just run through your body. You know what I mean? Same way up to today, you know what I mean? For you make so much, so the people that make you feel like star too, and we feel like star too. You know what I mean? This was the first feeling of yeah, we have accomplished something together. We have done this. You know what I mean? We have met this happen. We have met these people, whoever or wherever in the world can stand up and say, yeah, I'm a Jamaican. You know what I mean? And be proud by saying that also. You know what I mean? We were a part of that. We did that. You know what I mean? So the feeling was unbelievable, man. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable, not for ourselves, but a whole nation, a small nation, you know, where have so much of a big impact on the world. Because when we qualify for World Cup, and it come like say a Japan qualified, it come like say a England qualified, it come like say a USA qualified. Be a different country. And just Jamaica qualify, you know what I mean? But the world was so happy for us. Because what we have done. It was just unbelievable. It was just an unbelievable moment and an unbelievable campaign from some unbelievable youths and coaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The consultant is here now. But you don't have to flip. You have to flip the phone.
Yeah, I'm going to give my used to it.
No, I'm used to it. I feel you have to flip the phone so it can be landscape.
Me I see what I go on, man. We just jump in for my little brother thing, you know. Cause I'm not tell you everything, you know.
All right,
man,
go ahead and ask him the question. You see, ask me the question because you know what to ask, you know.
No, I have a question for you ask him, you know. Him not tell you say me used to wet up him clothes and him can't go party in the national team and them thing there. And me put him not tell you say I put out himself out of the room and go live in a living room. Cause them can't stay in the room with me.
Well, them do drive out the car,
So you said the man want to go party and you have wet up him clothes and say you're not gonna party.
Man.
Yeah.
Go on now. The man them come check me for the car key and I say after training make me wash the car. And me give the man them the key and me not see the man them till training time. Me don't know where them go.
Yes, you have to wet up the clothes then.
Yeah, man. It's a dangerous kid, you know. Nobody take him lightly, man. It's a dangerous kid, man. Them man a thief people car and them thing there and go with it when them ready.
But he never have no license, man. He never have no license.
Yo, management. You see Imam Pepe used to drive what? Are them shell cup pass them and they use as them license, you know. Put up on them. Yeah.
Oh, he put up on the cars when police in them. It's a big old shell cup.
Yeah, Ricardo got shell cup. And them man they likes that, man.
Yeah, man, but I only for thing, man. I only for energy. We usually keep our own dance all in. We usually keep our own dance already, man.
Inside the camp.
Yeah, man, inside the camp, man. Lock off light and call up people on stage and bag or something, man. One vibe, man. We don't need to go out and do a flag vibe. See me?
Okay, so who are the DJs in the camp? Foley?
Yeah, man, Foley always have the microphone, man.
and who again?
I mean, animal always there, man. The animal always there.
Yeah.
And them there, I entertain, you know?
Yeah, man. But at what point did Bolton identify you? Was it at the World Cup, after the World Cup, or during the campaign?
Well, it was during World Cup. During the World Cup.
During the World Cup, okay.
Yeah.
Because one of the questions I ask is that, I mean, at that time we don't know about people having agents, right, Freddie? We don't know we didn't know that you have like agents. So we say that if Bolton saw you, who would they speak to? Would they speak to you? Because there were I don't know if there was agents in place, because at this time now we just probably
the agent that bring Fitzroy and Paul of them to Jamaica and Burton and them.
Okay.
He was already coming back and forth to Jamaica to watch games. So I met him from there.
Okay.
And he was the one who went on to represent us.
Okay, when you get called by and so after the World Cup, you kind of knew that you wanted to go to Bolton. Were there any other offers or?
Yeah, man. PSG was there. PSV was there as well. Those was the three club I knew about.
Okay, so why did you choose? Bolton? And then we're gonna ask you how good was Freddie, you know, because Freddie saying was big, you know. So what?
Freddie don't a baller, man. I chose Bolton because Bolton was the easy option in terms of we already know in England, we already can speak English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I already have friends over here. I already have a family over here. I mean, them times I know nothing about Bolton. Neither about PSG or PSV. You know what I mean? I just chose Bolton because Bolton was in England and I can speak English. So I think I would settle a lot easier. Get settled a lot easier here.
Okay. So when you heard that, I mean, how did you feel when you hear that? I mean, what they're going to pay €1 million for you? I mean,
that's one thing I think about them time still, you know.
How much you gonna get?
Yeah, no, just want to get my mother a house. That alone me the one. At that time, you see me? I think how much me I get.
Yeah.
You see me? That's one thing I think about, and I just get my mother a house at that time. You know what I mean? Because we don't move about in our community. And then the owner said the house was for sale, but he will give us first preference.
If you wanted to buy it, yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to buy it.
So that's the first thing you did when you...
Yeah, man, that's the first thing or the only thing that they on my head, man, at that point.
Okay. And that was the first thing you did, you bought the house for your mother?
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, man, tell us, man, because Freddie always on the platform talking about a big baller out in the East, you know.
Freddie a baller, man.
So anybody else is the least in the East, you know, because he's the best from the East, you know.
he's a baller, man. Be a baller from out of East, you know. Somewhere who go and notice, somewhere you never hear of before, you know what I mean? But some talented people from Bucky Barnes come right around. You have Duck and the whole of them, man.
Oh, Richard Green.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So now you...
Anthony Corbett and all of them, man, never there was a East Freddie, man.
So now,
he's always known, you know, for footballers.
Yeah, I know that there was a difficulty. I mean, even before the team went to the World Cup, there was some difficulty in the cap because some more players now were going to be drafted in. Did you feel concerned that I could be replaced at this time because some of the players now, I think like Dean Paul Young and Freddie was one. Some of the players who were originally part of the campaign were replaced, or other players were brought in and they lost their place. At any point, did you feel like one of them will bring in somebody to take?
To be honest with you, them time them young still, you know. All them thing, the only thing me do is just think about football and I play football, you know.
You don't really care about them things.
them thing don't really go through my head at the time, to be honest with you. You see me, because I'm young, I just play ball. You see me, I not even think about the next man, I just want to go there and just go play some ball. And just do what me need to do to make sure me out there on any given day, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me ask Freddie because he's your friend. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, baby.
No, I say through my thought process, none of those concerns was popping up.
Freddie.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have seen Bibi from in first days at Harbour, right? Did you ever believe that one day this man would have such a big career in football? When you saw him as a little 10, 11, 12-year-old at Harbour.
We always see the talent, you know. I know that he was exceptional, you know. But at the time, I didn't really think about it to that level, you know. Because at the time, players wasn't really leaving Jamaica like that with contracts. So I didn't even see him in that light. But you could always see that he was special.
At what point did you know that, no man, this youth is a cut above the rest?
I'd gone back to play with Harbour, you know. I was on vacation and I went down to play a couple games. And I don't know, I think it was Wadada. We play Wadada in Harbour. So when I came in now and come in and then pick a start in 11, I'm going to see them pick this little youth to start. So me I go over me and say, hold on there. I'm just little brother that. You know, me I say, I'm just little brother that. Time to be little and skinny and thing and this little kid I go start on the left back. So I say, hold on there. Look at you this. I'll start play and Bibi start wheel it, man. I'm going to see Bibi pick up one. Pick up one from about midway. You know, what other for move past, man. I'm see him pull the trigger and the left footer there for the crossbar. I don't know if you remember that, Bibi. And they come off of the crossbar and rebound and go so and tuck it away.
Yeah.
I look back and like me and say, hold on, there. I know this a little kid here with me. About 45, 40. I said, no, man. And so from them time, I kind of realize, you know, I'm special, you know?
Yeah. So maybe how easy. Go ahead, Freddie.
Yeah, and then when him come into the national team with us again, you know, you see it more and more as him play, you know, because even sometimes at the time, even in the national team when him come as a schoolboy, sometimes we kind of underrate him a little bit, you know. We kind of underrate him, but him always prove wrong.
Yeah.
Him always prove wrong because you think such a little kid that come out of school and him always prove wrong, man. Yeah. Because you know when him just come, you know, give him that a total ratings there, you know.
Yeah.
In no time, you have to respect him and respect him game, man, because him never shy away and battle away from, you know, him never shy away from nothing with a little skinny frame where him have. Yeah, because him surprised with more time than him surprised himself.
Yeah. But maybe how easy or how difficult was it for you being a teenager, 19 years old at Bolton, you know, moving to England, you know, your brother not there, your mother not there. I mean, how was that adjustment to your new culture? I mean, whole new coaching regime, different kind of weather. How was that for you? How did you manage? Because how did you manage? See, because remember now, has there ever been a footballer from Jamaica to go into England? Before, if you'd have to go back to what? Lindy Delapena and somebody else. Who else? I don't think there, maybe somebody can remind me. Freddie, you know anyone else?
Can't recall off the top of my head, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, you never had a lot of persons to look to in terms of going into England. So how was that for you?
I mean, out there Jamaica, one thing we know about from Jamaican food still, you know, when we start traveling, because even when we start to travel as a group, yeah, the only thing we buy outside of fast food, like for example, pizza and those type of stuff, it would be just sweet and sour chicken, you know about, you know what I mean? Really?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I know about when I went to England. So for about 6 months I was in the hotel. But to be honest, the players and the staff over in Bolton let me feel at home. So it was difficult for me to settle down. I used to go to England little before I move over here with Bolton, because the reggae boys have traveled over here to play games. So I was taking them a little time getting used to and making the transition during that time, not knowing that I would be there. You know what I mean? So those little things helped me to make that transition a little bit smoother.
Yeah. And I mean, well, say at Bolton, because they did 1 year in the championship and got promoted when they went there.
Yeah, I went there in 98. Two
2 years in the championship.
I went
and
there.
Got promoted.
Yeah. Colin Todd was the manager who brought me there. Yeah, but he resigned. He resigned because they sold a player behind his back. So he resigned, and then some other guys came in, and then he was the one who brought us to the Premier League. And
yes.
to that
tell us about some Allardyce, man.
Yeah, man, we have to tell you about him, man. A godfather, that man, you know what I mean? Man, they're a godfather. I was still keeping touch up to today. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, because you have come here, you have revamped the whole thing around. You have revamped everything. You know what I mean? He was maybe one of the first managers who you see come and do ice bar, to see come and put a monitor around a player before Alex Ferguson and everybody start doing it.
Really?
We used to walk around in freezer. Yeah, man. He come and he revamped the whole thing. He had an entire team outside of the team. You know what I mean? People who are flying from America just to visit us and just sit and have different discussion among ourselves. But he come and he revamp everything about Bolton. Everything. He changed the training ground from scratch, come right up to where he left off. But he have left some great memory in Bolton Wanderers years and in my years. Because he helped me to be who I am today. You know what I mean? He have a massive part.
Go ahead, Freddie.
Me I go jump off, you know, and make you go and do your thing, you know, because me I go line up myself for go up on the training ground, you know.
All right, brother. I say I heard, man. Enough love, you know.
Yeah, man. Enough love, you know, brother. Yeah, man. Just make the people them know the history, man.
Yeah, all right. Freddie B. So we talk later.
Yeah, all right, cool.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right, so some Allardyce did that. Whoa, I didn't even know that. But the Bolton Wanderers team was, I mean, you have played with some big star. I think Okacha was there at one time. Camper was there. Diouf was there in your time. I mean, what was it like playing with some of those players?
Joe Kaif was there also. Joe Kaif, Hero. You have Ibrahim Ba. A lot of players from different generations, man. From different walks of town, I should say. You have Idi Nakata also from Japan. You know what I mean? You have some have so much different personality in that dressing room, and to make it what it was just unbelievable work from Sam himself and his staff. To what he came into and how he went and what he went out left. You know what I mean? The difference is there, and I don't think the club can repay him back in any format.
Somebody was saying that Sam was using the sports signs that America used, and the UK folks used to laugh at him back in those days.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, he was the first one to bring those things on board. Yeah, okay. He was the first one to bring those things on board, and then it took him a while. We buy into it. We start doing good because of it. And then the rest of the Premier League started to buy into it. And you see today,
Everyone
big
is
it
doing
in
it now.
football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
big in football. It's massive.
Yeah, and someone was asking if you weren't allowed to take anyone with you to your mother and friend over to England with you when you went.
Yeah, after a while, my mother came over. After a while, my mother came over, and she would spend like 6 months, and then go home for like 2-3 months, and then come back for 6 months until I was fully settled. You know what I mean?
Okay. So she used to come and visit you and stay and then come back.
Yeah, so she used to come and visit, and friends used to come over as well. So those things make things a lot easier.
Okay, so you're there at Bolton. I mean, people are asking, what was it like? I mean, playing against some of the names. I mean, you call the name Cristiano Ronaldo, the Wayne Rooney's. I mean, all of these names. Yeah. What was it? I mean, what was it like for you going up against some of these like real big names in football today? And I mean, standing out and I mean, not going up against them and looking like a flop, but going up against them and standing out.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, as I tell you, it come back around to before I reach England and when I get my first contract, I say, first thing I want to do, I get my mother a house, and the second thing I want to do, in a them time, they have to make only more, make people know, say, only more of me than a Jamaica, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in order for me to do that at that time, I had to go there and make everything work, you know what I mean? So I can't be stupid off the feet, because at the end of the day, a man will pick up a phone and call someone and say, what is Ricardo Gardner like when he's looking at the next Jamaican, you know what I mean? When he's looking to bring our next Jamaican through, he's definitely going to pick up the phone and call someone like this and say, what is Ricardo Gardner like? So if I went into that environment and act any different, I don't think we will have the likes of Ricardo Fuller. I don't think we'll have the likes of Jermaine Johnson, Claude Davis, Luton Shelton, may his soul rest in peace. Who knows? So at the end of the day, two things are there on my mind. One, my mother house, and two, to make sure, say, anything what me do, more Jamaican get through on it, you know what I mean? And that help me for focus on the job at hand.
Yeah.
And keep me on track.
Just make sure that I'm going to set an example so that other Jamaicans can get the opportunity. And that did happen because you really opened the door, like I said, for so many. There are even more because you had Omar Daly who ended up in England.
Yeah, man,
well.
of course.
Omar Daly who ended up
tomorrow. All of them are welcome into my house, and all of them come through my house. And them can tell you, I just love and embracement, you know what I mean? And try to help them on their journey.
Yeah. I mean, you're still in touch with all of these people as well. But
yeah, man, I'm a brother them, man.
Yeah, man. Somebody's asking. Everybody keep asking if you were nervous against going up against Cristiano Ronaldo. What was it like going up against Cristiano Ronaldo? Because he was.
To be honest, I would have said nervous. You know? I would have said nervous. I was more. It was more of, you know what I mean? Adrenaline. You know what I'm feeling there.
Yeah, you want to play against Jamaica.
You get me? I say, yeah, them money. If you want to be the best, you have to play against the best. You know what I mean? Yeah. You have to prepare yourself for no say, yeah. You're up against the best, and in order for you to be seen, you have to be at your best also. You know what I mean? It was always a joy, man, to go up against them in battle. We look forward for big games, especially in Bolton, for Manchester United, for the Arsenal, for the City. You can name it.
Liverpool.
You know what I mean? Liverpool. Yeah, you can name it. We always look forward for them game, them man. It's like we find a different energy. Even though the rest of the game them is as important. But when them game they come up is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're extra motivated to go out there and do a job for the club.
The time is going so fast. Damien Oliver asking that he's saying that let me just put up this one. He said, Bibi, tell us about Jermaine Johnson's impact at Bolton. He was the first Jamaican to leave Jamaica straight into the Premier League because he came into the Premier League.
I can't remember clearly. Yeah, man. It was a great impact straight into the Premier League. I can remember one of the greatest people who I've seen done analyst I've seen over here, who's Andy Gray. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Andy Gray.
One of the greatest commentator who have done it over here. You have seen a lot of people made their debut, and I'm talking the likes of Thierry Henry, Ian Wright, Bergkamp. When I heard
so like you're Arsenal fan, you know.
Well, yeah.
You sound like you're an Arsenal fan, don't you?
No, sir. No. So I remember the day when he made his debut. Andy Gray said, it's the best debut he have ever witnessed with his 2 eyes, and we are going to hear a lot more about Jermaine Johnson. So it was really sad not to see him really go on and achieve that, you know, because of the talent. I don't think he really he really fulfilled his full potential. At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
he whatever reason, but it was sad not to see him fulfill his full potential.
Because it is you and Ricardo Fuller who really, I mean, of all the Jamaicans who have gone over there in terms of and playing at the Premier League, you and Ricardo Fuller have really stood out. I mean, Leon Bailey is there now, but before Leon Bailey, you guys have really, you know, because Fuller. I mean, did you play against Fuller when he was at school?
Yeah, man. We play. Yeah, man.
What was that like going on?
Bolton. Yeah, man.
Bolton versus Stoke.
It's always a good one. Him win couple, we win couple. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But it's always good going up against him when Bolton face them. Yeah, man. It's always a good battle.
Yeah, man. All right. So, I mean, there's so much I want to, because persons are now asking about, because they know that some persons say that you're doing your coaching badges. How far are you in that process of your coaching badges? No, have you completed them? Or you're still?
No, man. I finished my B, so I have my B license.
Which is a UEFA
B license.
UEFA B license. All right. The UEFA B license. What does it qualify you to do? Like,
you can coach in the academy over here with the UEFA B license, and you can be an assistant with it, and also while you do your UEFA A.
Okay, so you have the B. So you're doing the U. You're going to do the U. You are doing the A, or you're going to do the A?
No, I haven't started. I'm going to do the A.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And when you have the A now, you can coach at a club, at one of the in terms of the professional level.
Yeah, man.
All right. So does that B license allows you to coach like an international team? Say that, you know, they call it to coach like the Jamaican national team as an example down the road. B license can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a similar license. It's a similar license to what Freddie have. Freddie is over here as well.
Yeah, man, and Ricardo is doing his, because Ricardo Fuller, that is because he's working
as well.
He's working with, is it Stoke, Preston, one of those things?
Preston.
He's working with.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing your stuff. All right. So I mean, what are your thoughts on the state of the football now? I mean, you've been a youngster in the world. What are your thoughts on the campaign? Are you still believe we can go through at this point, and what you think we can do now in terms of the campaign to kind of get up? Because you know that since 1998, because even 2002, many people thought we'd have qualified again.
Even me too.
Yeah, like because now all of the under 20 players, all the under 20 players that were with you, some of these guys now had come up, like the Jeremy and you and these guys, and the Ricketts, all of these guys had come up and they were around the national team. So it was very disappointing when we never qualified in 2002, you know.
Yeah, man, it was a big disappointment.
Yeah, because Simos didn't even come to qualify in 1998, you know. He came to qualify in 2002.
But he did what he did in 98, yeah.
He did what he did in 98. So
I agree.
What do we need to do, even if we're not this campaign though? Because I know you have worked with the youth teams here. What do we need to do? Because we don't see, why is it so hard to find an ex-Ricardo Gardner after over 20 years? Over 20 years.
At the end of the day, I think we focus in Jamaica for just win. You see me?
Yeah.
And if we focus is to only win, we are going to lose focus on the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is really developing the talent. You know what I mean? That is the bigger picture. Because once the talent develops, the result will fix itself. You know what I mean? But we are only focused on winning. And it's a mentality. It's our culture. But in order for our football to change, we have to change our focus to the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is to nurturing this talent, not only on the field, but off the field. Because we can be honest, we can be some of the nicest people and we can be some of the worst people.
Yeah.
You see me? Our culture can be it can become across as one of the nicest culture in the world. And it can become across as one of the worst culture in the world. So in order for we make it now, we have to nurture that talent and not only on the field but off the field. How to be a human being, or to be a better human being each day. And if you be a better human being each day, you're gonna be a better player. You know what I mean? But we have to create opportunities for these youngsters also, so they can at least see it, because it's not everybody are gonna be like a Barrington Gain or a Freddie Butler or a Ricardo Gardner or a Ian Goodison, where I was saying, you know, say, not gonna make this happen. If them not see it happen, you know what I mean? Them are gonna make it happen. With them youth we are growing now, we have to do it different. We have to set opportunity for them. We have to make them see things. You get me? I say we have to create things for them. We have to inject them also in a way we are do. You know what I mean? Hold on 1 minute. I lose. Yeah. Yeah, hear me?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you loud and clear. Yeah.
So as me always reason, to become a professional footballer, ingredients are things. So just like how you, yeah. Hello?
We hearing you, man. We hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just like how you making it Sunday dinner on Sunday. If you don't have the ingredients for the rice and peas not gonna work, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you have to have all the ingredients.
Yeah, so it's an ingredients, I think, for becoming a professional footballer. And if you don't have all the ingredients, don't think it'll go work.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people are saying, Bibi. Go ahead.
You have to nurture these talents on and off the field. Yeah. So for example, I'm there in England right now. See him? And the ball game, when I see the 13-year-old them play at England, it's just bigger body we have in a Premier League. Because we not play the type of ball game them play. So we need
when
to
I say we are talking the Jamaican Premier League, not playing the kind of ball game that the 13-year-old are playing. It's just they have bigger body.
Yeah.
In the Jamaica Premier League. Okay. Wow.
They just have bigger body, but they not play the type of football they play over here. So in order for our 14-year-old and 13-year-old catch up with them at 13-year-old. Yeah? Them have to go spot them 13-year-old from early. For them start training with Premier League ball of them, unless we have some coaches who start focus on the talent of the youngsters and stop focusing on winners and winning only.
Yeah. Listen, I don't know. That is the problem with the football. People just coach to win. They're not helping the youth, like I said, to develop.
No.
To develop the professionalism.
If you go and get a Premier League, no one carry him over here. Them gonna say
in the ready
this age, he's not supposed to teach him certain things.
Yeah.
And if you set up a little passing drill in Jamaica, and you give them for do them like them all and them say, what this? But the basic is very important.
Yeah.
The basic is very important. Simon, you just give it that every day.
Yeah, the second person come on. I think Mark Ledford was on and he was saying the same thing. Just let the youth just keep learning to control pass, move it, pass support in space. Just keep do the basic things.
Teach them the game.
Yeah.
Because the game is just like the game. You have to study it, man. And there's the football reach now, There's a football reach now. You have to study it.
Yeah.
You have to study it, and it's level different function. Level different players, level different function, and you want each player to master them function on the field. In order
Have you
for
ever
the
thought,
team
Bibi, have you
to
ever
work
thought about this?
accordingly.
Because every day at Freddie and I and some other stuff about like a person like you with all these expertise, this knowledge, just I don't know if you have ever tried it. Maybe you're doing it already. Like set up like an academy where you even like some of this wisdom you can talk to. Call it the Bibi's Elite Academy. And if you can find some of these Jamaican talent and have them in there, and then have somebody come in to teach them some of these things, to give them the talks, so that help them to understand what it would be like to be in Europe, maybe not in England, but somewhere else. You understand me? Have you ever thought about that? Part of my contribution under business as well, investment, because it's something that you can earn from, is to kind of recreate the academy experience, because your son is in the academy in England, or at least going through those things, right? Have you ever thought about that? Like maybe I need to find a place in Jamaica, and you're a household name. I figure if you step to Jamaica and say you have an academy, you're going to have to tell people, say, no, you can't, I can't, too much. But have you ever thought about that? Is that something you have planned to do down the road, or you just don't think that kind of thing will work in Jamaica?
Yeah, man, those things have come to our thoughts. And I will still not stop thinking about that once we're alive. You know what I mean? Once we're alive, we're always think about that, because we always want to help people to grow and help people to achieve what we have achieved or even more. You know what I mean? So we are really always giving back to the sport more than anything else. You know what I mean? But sometimes in life, sometimes you have to you have to try different journeys. You know what I mean? And every journey is gonna take its course. You know what I mean?
That is true.
And at this moment, I'm just on a different journey. And no, man, I love football, man. And football, because guess what? Football has given me so much. And guess what? I see too much talent in Jamaica. Because we never short of talent yet in Jamaica. It's just the mindset and the attitude. You know what I mean? It's just the mindset and the attitude, and a whole heap of things, because I'm not just the players alone. Everybody, and we alone qualify Jamaica side for World Cup. You know, the fans them play them part, the media play them part, everybody play them part. It was an entire movement. The coach and his staff played their part. It was an entire movement. You know what I mean? So when me comes to Bam now and
the volume gone. We're not hearing you. We're not hearing you. No, we're not hearing you. All right. Look like the call came. No, we're not hearing you. Maybe yeah, we're hearing you now. Go ahead. Yeah. We're hearing you now.
All right. For example, now. Youth out there know all Alan skill code.
Well, that is part of this is a part of what this program is doing, is helping to bring some of the past players. Because you're exactly right.
So what I'm saying is everybody have to do them work, man. So if me I run all Jamaica Football Federation now, what is my responsibility to make sure say somebody come through and know Alan skill code? You know much baller. They up at Jamaica Center now, we would not even know Alan skill code. If me I left here so now I walk go up at the center, Captain Burrell Center. Yeah?
Yeah.
I doubt if you see a picture at Theodore Whitmore, or you see a picture, it's different pictures of different people who have
contributed to the football over the years.
Yeah. You know, I see them thing there. So all right. My career went back just to the recent game we play at Jamaica. See?
Listen, let me tell you this, Bibi. Before you go to you know that I asked them that it's the same day that we qualify, that all the players should at least be invited, even if you can't come in.
All right. Me just said that.
All right.
Look how much of them there at Jamaica. Did somebody from the JFF pick up a phone and try to reach out to one of these players to invite them to the game? You know that a small thing will can make a big difference.
Yeah.
So the people them who involved in football don't mean football well enough.
Yeah. That's
Isn't
part
it?
of the problem. Yeah. The whole administration, the
that is a
leadership.
that's a big part of the problem. Not wrong if you can't play it or if you never play the game, but try know the game or try do the things where it will take for you to make an impact on the game for when you move from that position. What are you saying that for?
That is true. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah. But I mean, see that point you're making.
And I don't think there's a whole heap of things even off the field. Can't start from the field. You start from the field.
Yeah. Because it's, you know, I mean, like I said, there are so many comments when you watch it because one of the other days, me I will get back you and Freddie and everything because there are too many comments. I'm telling you, and so many comments, right? But let me ask this one: while playing for the national team for Wolmer's, how did you feel about Manning Cup training, knowing you were already training and playing at the highest level with the national team? So they were saying when you were in the Wolmer's training, were you know, what was your attitude at that point?
Yeah, man. You can ask the players who are training, man. If you ever end up by any chance be around one of them, I treat none of them different. You know what I mean? I try even if I step down a level, I try always and set the example. You know what I mean? Because the national team is always bringing you up. So whenever you go to Manning Cup training, I try and maintain that standard. You know what I mean? So the players in and around me want to achieve what I have achieved. You know what I mean? Because if I'm there with them, why can't they also be there with me? You know what I mean? So I have to display the right attitude and the right mindset
as a national player
all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not only represent myself, I represent the national team.
I see a lot of youngsters.
That's also one of the things that Simons try to instill in us.
Yeah.
You know, and the environment that we're going into. You know, it not really talk to we alone, but talk to the coaches. What are they like at training? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So if you really step out of line, him can draw off you and say, yo, that's not acceptable.
Okay, so that was the entire thing was a professional.
Yeah.
From top to bottom.
Yeah, man. It was a professional thing, man.
So let me ask you, some of the younger players are struggling all over Europe. I mean, you probably, because I know you have worked with like Tyreek McGee in your time at Harbour. Like, have you reached out to some of these players to give them advice? You know, some of the young let me say it this way. Do these players, because sometimes I wonder if some of the players reach out to a person like you, like a Ricardo Fuller, say, hey, baby, you know, I'm over here. I mean, I'm going to send you some tips. Tell me what to think about my game. I'm struggling to get into my first team. What do you have that kind of rapport with some of the younger players now to kind of help them to be better at their craft? Or, you know, or is it that you want them to reach out, and if they reach out, you understand me? You're open to helping them. Any young player out there who in a professional setting who may need advice and direction.
Yeah, man, I'm always willing to help. I always try and keep in touch with them, but I don't think we keep in touch with each other as much as we should. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's happening on a regular basis more than anything else. But I try to keep in touch sometimes with even Deshane and Jakey. You know what I mean? And every now and again also with Maggie, but I haven't spoken to him in a while now. Our Nicholson. You know what I mean? But they always reach out to me sometimes. Talbot, some of them which I have coached in the national under 20, and who have went on to coach at the Premier League level also. You know what I mean? But no, man, we're always willing to help, and we're always willing to lend our advice that we think will help anyone to achieve their dreams or their goals. You know what I mean? We're always willing and always here to help and to give back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I want what I want our younger ones to focus more on, because at the end of the day, man, we always say this, we're not competing against Jamaicans to get a contract overseas.
Yeah.
We are competing with people who are already coming through the different academies all over the world. We are competing with some talented Africans. We are competing with some, and we're not reach South America yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in order for we go there and reach the level, that's why I want our every one out of every 5 make it, you know, because we are waiting to reach there for prepare.
Yeah.
When we are prepared right now.
Baby, I don't know. I think like what you're saying, like the masses of footballer need to hear it. Because I think a lot of them believe that if I'm a star in Jamaica, I'm supposed to get a contract overseas. But you just made a point. You're not competing against Jamaica. You compete against.
But you should even that's the mindset too, because you should even have the mindset I say you are a star in Jamaica. If you're a star, you wouldn't dare Jamaica.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're a star, you wouldn't be there Jamaica. Tell me say you're a star in Jamaica. What that do? Be humble. You see me? That mindset that you have to have. If you're a star, you know they're Jamaica, man. You got it overseas, you'll get a contract already.
There you go.
We are doing Jamaica, but too much of them there Jamaica and feel like them reach them a star, or them are the big baller for you. Me and the big baller for you above you, or me and the big baller for me and the big baller for Portmore. My name I mention. You know, achieve nothing, King. King, you know, achieve nothing. You're still there, so.
Yeah, that baby, sir.
And then the people them make them feel that
exactly. That's what I was getting to.
Know
the coaches and the system tell them that, oh, this is one of your star. This is one of, and them give them the Messi name and the Ronaldo name, and them start calling Lewandowski and start calling Mane and start calling Salah get to them. I think that is part of the thing that needs to be fixed. But somebody asking, this is a fun question. Management asked the ball out of Walter White and JJ Akacha. Which one have the most skills?
I do general them, man. I do general them for them name, man.
You don't say me don't answer that. You don't say that answer that. Because if I want someone a friend and they want JJ Akacha a friend, people, you don't want to answer that. He's smarter than that, people. Come on, man. You want to smarter than that.
But if you look on it, JJ do it more often on the international level still, you see me?
Yeah, well,
so
Akacha do it at the international level.
Yeah, you see it.
Yeah, but like I say, I think it's a solid point you're making, that the players need to realize that you're not competing against the next youngster in Jamaica. So you can't even measure how good you are against the next Jamaican 16-year-old. You have to look at because you're competing, like I said, with other places in Europe, in Africa, in South America.
My thing, you know, for other things growing in Jamaica, and I forget all them have to start look all across the country for the best 13-year-old, you know. And have them travel across the country and play against some 15-year-old, under 15 and them little things.
That is what you propose. Yeah. Yeah,
man. Yeah, you forget the best, and then sometimes you might miss out a little community. So if you travel go to parish, then you make a man know. So if you have this, and if you feel that you would at 13 good enough for the national team, that means him supposed to good enough to can get a game in the under 15 team. So if we think him talented, we can bring him in and bring him on board. You understand what I say? So there is no leap a little thing, but we don't have enough people there putting thoughts into the football.
That is the problem, because you know what happened, like all of the people who have the thoughts for the football, them outside of Jamaica, you have Ultimate Butler, you have you, Ricardo Fuller, so many of you who have all of these thoughts.
All the way there Jamaica too.
Yeah, well, that is true. That is true.
All the way pass through the federation too.
Yeah, that is true. Because you and Butler, you and Freddie were the under 20 team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, not because me and Freddie are like that, but Freddie are one of the best coach that me ever come across.
Yeah, man. Freddie's up there. Yeah, man, I know that. Freddie's up there. And
one
the
of the
thing is
best coach me ever come across.
You know what is funny? That a prophet is really have no honor in his own town, because outside of Jamaica, he's highly respected. It's kind of funny. Yeah.
When you go outside of Jamaica, when you see them treat you going on some places, man, they don't treat you Jamaica. But we understand our culture and we know our culture and we love our culture. You see me?
Because a lot of people tell me that you are.
That change nothing.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me that you are. At Bolton, you're revered. Same like how Fuller is highly respected at Stoke. Yeah. Kind of same way you're held in high esteem at Bolton, but in Jamaica, I'm telling you this: if you walk in Jamaica, people will walk past you.
Read that one. We are the best, man. We are the best. Our culture are the best, man. You see me? Because at the end of the day, Jamaica may could be who between. You see me? We have our culture play a massive part, but sometimes we have to step out of a comfort zone,
Yeah.
You see me? In order to be the difference.
So one of your suggestions is that they should have the best under 13s and have them travel all across Jamaica, just as an example.
Not only across Jamaica, but when you get the best of the best under 13 now, then you can start travel looking, because I'm sure our president's supposed to go and pick up a phone and call Antigua president and say, listen, we have a 13-year-old national team, when you get the best 13-year-old in the country, I'll come over there, come play again. And you can do so with Trinidad too, and you can do so with White too. Till they reach in a Conca Cup and start do so too.
And you know what, somebody said it earlier, that about back in your time, there was the minor league, the President's Cup, the minor league, there was Pepsi being played in school, and all of those things were being played where you're playing at Harbour View at under 14, under 16. A lot of those things are not happening right across Jamaica.
I play Manning Cup and Major League at the same time.
Lot of football being played.
When you play Manning Cup, them tell you say you can't play Manning Cup and play this. Come on. So you have some youth end up we're better than Manning Cup level, end up play Manning Cup and lose time from over here, so where they can be competing at a little higher level. Because unlike them, they are Manning Cup. Unlike me, where they, for example, Ulmas and for example, a Clancarty I play no disrespect. You see me? I go play against the best set of ball of them down at Clancarty. When I can play against the best set of ball in the country.
Yeah.
And like when we are play, we say Manning Cup play one of the day, I know we are gonna play some ball over here, so big man ball. You see me?
Listen, we need honestly, we need minds like you in the football. I don't know. I keep telling Freddie Butler that we have Claudia. Claudia keeps saying that you guys need to keep something in Jamaica. I know Freddie's thinking about it, and Dean and Paul. I hope you connect with them as well, because they're saying that something needs to be done
family
in
them,
Jamaica.
man. People them they will keep in touch with, man. We always discuss football amongst each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
to do some sort of camp in Jamaica.
Win, so.
Yeah, man, we have to have some camp where you can talk to, like some of these youth who want to go to Europe. They have to know that, listen, when you reach 22, it don't make any sense. So what are you going to be doing between 13 and 16 to get to Europe?
Yeah.
Because by the time you get to 22 in Jamaica to go to Europe, them find 7 person who was 17 in Brazil and 7 in Argentina. Them find some Uruguayan. Them find some from all of those African countries who are playing in the academies in France. So you're really behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, man. Even when you check it out, Craig don't think they have to big him up for that too. For try to do that too, you know what I mean? To give you them the opportunity at them age for travel different places. You know what I mean? Yeah. And see things on a different level, because at the end of the day, if they are above you every day, you just have to think inside the above you, If me no steps outside the Harbour View, and come beside you, and hear the type of discussion them where you have and where you think sometime, Me just go there in the Harbour View. You know what I mean? And if Just like for example, I have a Harbour side. I'm gonna come and go for this year and go for Vassal down a Montego Bay and say, yo, I can't come on Harbour, you know. We need to step outside on the comfort zone. And then no one leave. I'm say, yo, I'm not left for no man. I can't go down. Yeah, man, I make them come on above you, man. When them come on above you, them usually, all right, when them come on above you, them think that me I treat them no different from the players, them, you know. When them come on above you, but don't treat them no different. I set a president out them, man, when I did that above you, I make them know, say, oh, you hear me? And I know Jamaica as a coach, so I tell a man to come to training 1 hour. So I say, yo, people come training 30 minutes before training. Yeah? And if you come 1 minute over the 30 minutes, you're going to get fined. You see, if you come 1 minute past training time, you can't train. And if you don't train, you can't play on my side on the weekend. All the time, you're the best player. Remember, 2 times this year and Jakey was the top player, and them stay up on my yard. You see me? I remember them comes up, bam.
Let's stay your yard. I hear the coach.
Yeah, man, my yard, them stay. Yeah. I give them break, them go on mobile. Boom, them come out, then they reach back up late. Them reach about 2 minutes past. I'm going to say, you're mad, you can't train. You're mad? You can't train. And
whoa.
I'm saying, I'm not in the side for the weekend neither. And the one come to me and say, no, you can't. I say, no, man, you can't treat them no different. All the rest of them are going to feel.
Yeah.
So, you have to make the thing competitive. So you have to make the man know, say, yo, if them come and train and them man come and train, that only me I go play now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people can start get serious and draw them socks. No man bigger than the money, so man. You see me? And not until people start treat the thing like
but
that.
I don't know. That's probably why you couldn't manage the coaching thing in Jamaica, because we don't know if Jamaican can manage them the kind of. I don't know if Jamaican ballers them can manage them kind of regimental
tough,
discipline.
It's possible, but tough. Tough. Everybody have to buy into it, you know. Even the owners and the people, the managers, and you alone as a coach, because there'll always be a conflict. Everybody not buying into it, you know. Want to hear that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Difficult for coach of Jamaica, man. Difficult. Freddie can tell him. I'm Freddie have an under 20 team.
Don't tell me, him tell me about it.
Yeah, man. I'm Freddie have an under 20 team. I'm not telling like we have to use them and drop some ball. Team them out play against. The coach and the players them can tell you, but it's difficult to coach you with them, because you coach you with them and just go back in them environment and them go back in that mindset. You know what I mean? And by the time you get them together again, you have to tell them the same thing where you tell them yesterday or last week.
Yes, so they might learn some bad practices while you treat them.
Yeah.
So.
You see me?
Yeah.
So you have to have them. You have to have them together for months and them things. Just like Simons have we, you know, because when Simons do, I cut out some things over.
Right, because what happened with Simons is that you weren't allowed to train with your clubs. You were training with the national team, and you just go to your club, go play. Yeah.
So Simons not only foul come on Jamaica, but when do him come and him learn the culture, get into the culture.
Yeah, you said he cut out some things out of you. What are some of the things that? What are some of those things?
How think about football. How we look on football. How we approach a game. You know what I mean? How we approach lifestyle, because football is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And if you want to play at the highest level, the only way to play at the highest level, I forget yourself ready to play at the highest level.
That is it. Maybe we need some of these things now. We need some of this discipline in the football, because some of these footballers, listen, but I mean, the truth is, even the Portmore team that you had to leave and go away, I mean, it was so amazing that you left and the team moved from almost the top of the league. That we were making it today. Because
it's unfortunate, because I think we had some quality players over there too.
Yeah, it was so surprising, because you left the team at the top of the league, you go away, and the team didn't even make it.
I think we did a second still. Second we did.
Yeah. So Stefan rightly said, man, Bibi is right. And if you don't approach it that way, they won't be able to transition into professional, which is true. I mean, Bibi have a lot of, I mean, there's a no bike riding. I think they were talking of, you know. And then this digital home takes a Perch was the man. My first experience versus Bibi, but versus Bibi chop out the left side, one left. I guess he said that because he says you and rest in peace, Fana. You know, the two best lefties in the 90s. From in the 90s. No, well, Jeremy and you is right. Some there still, you know. Jeremy and you. But I don't know if anybody like.
Jeremy and you are general, man.
Maybe you know I'm right, you know, but me I tell you when you come on for the left foot, you know, I don't know if nobody.
But like I think him should have really achieved more still.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna, you know, it's like the German, like I said, the same thing with Jeremy and Johnson. I always said that. Like, what happened?
And I know at the end of the day, you can't even, at the coaching, man, I tell them, man, at the coaching, you know, because you don't let them get away with certain things that the game demand. Not because the game don't demand you for run back, I'm not gonna tell you for run back. Come on, not because you are not good at doing that, I'm not gonna force the game into that. No, you have to change the game for the team. Yeah. So when you allow somebody like that, no, don't get me wrong, his quality and what he brings off the ball is going to be unbelievable. But at the end of the day, you have to think about the bigger picture. You want him outside of yourself. Yeah. You want him to achieve his best potential. And if you get him achieving his best potential.
Which is the same thing Tyreek Magee is having now. Brilliant
exactly.
on the ball, but off the ball.
Exactly. See, I'm gonna tell Maggie that from a long time, and him can tell you if you and him have a conversation. Yeah. Because his talent is you can't question it. Them man they spit you, go quick with a pass through it.
Yeah. So you talk to him. Why? Listen, they need to find a way to get you in the system to teach some of these players some of these professional things, behavior change, professionalism.
Take all it, man. Take all it, man. Take all it. Trust me.
So like, listen,
it's not as easy as that.
True. You know? Yeah, you see, here's the thing, you know, normally when we have these things, you know, we said that we will talk for 1 hour, 2 hours and 2 minutes to go, you know, you understand this? So I know that it is what, after 12. It's after 12 in your place now, you know, so we're not going. But just tell us a little bit about your son, because somebody tell me that them see some stuff with your son and him dropping some ball and stuff. So is he better than you?
I have all to learn, man. I have all to learn. I just happen to carry him in the environment now, you know.
Yeah.
So him can grow and him can adjust each time, because to be honest with you, if him can know me, you know, at 29. That give him a bigger advantage, you know, to achieve more than what me achieve. Because
he's 12 now?
14. If me 14. Know what he know now at the age of 14, trust me.
Okay.
History.
So which academy is he in?
It's great now that I can pass, that I can watch him and evaluate his game and try to add to it each time. Great, I can give him that experience, all that experience that I have on and off the field. Yeah. So he can try and instill it within himself. I don't expect him to get it overnight, but gradually, with time, and if he continues to love the game and be passionate about it, then he can go on.
Which academy is he in?
Huh?
Which academy is he now?
At the moment, he's City Development Group.
Okay. He's a lefty like you, or he used two?
2 foot him use, you know, to be honest.
Oh, same better than you, man.
Yeah, I hope him grow up so. Yeah, if he not grow up so, you know, you don't know. You know, that's what we would want him to achieve, you know.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
Yeah,
for him to become better.
But it's such fun and joy talking to you. Coming after we get into the entertainment industry and all of them things. But I want to really, You know, I mean, there are so many comments. I know you're going to rewatch the video, but we are going to talk again because we want to do a stream with Freddie and Dean and Paul and mess up, you know, because those guys, we're always talking with each other to see if we can do something here. But I'm going to release it because I know you're preparing meal and then you jump onto the stream and it's late. But I want to listen, we want to thank you because we're trying to get these interviews leading up to the match on the 16th of November when we played against the USA, because we felt like the powers that be should have done something for the 1998. Everybody who participated in the campaign from the first game against Suriname, where T-Got and those guys played, to the last game against Mexico. All of those people should have been contacted and something. You understand
man, of course.
Yeah.
Make them tell us that them no one come or them busy or, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And we are still advocating that. We are still advocating, baby, that here's the truth. The truth is that you are the first Jamaican that had a professional contract out of Jamaica. And listen, out in the East, like you said it, in the National Stadium, in the passageway, in the changing room, the pictures of the 1998 Arsenal for footballers is full time. Number one, there needs to be a road in Jamaica somewhere called Reggae Boys 98 Avenue or Reggae Boys 98 Road. So it's one time we qualify for the World Cup, you know.
That one look like a 10 time.
It's one time.
If you step inside the JFF, you should upon you step through the door, you're supposed to feel like this country have qualified for World Cup already. You're supposed to feel like
when a match is being played in the stadium, and when a team walking through the tunnel to come out, they should be looking left and right and seeing the pictures of the 1998 and some of the great Jamaican footballers.
Of course.
You know, we
see that in other places.
There you go, sir. There you go.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
That in other places.
So we use this medium to say a big thank you to you. I mean, this platform is not enough to thank you for your contribution, because you set a trend as a youngster that you opened the door for like I said, Ricardo Fuller, Jermaine Johnson, Claude Davis, all of these players came after you. Until you, the only reference points to England and playing football was Lindy Delepenna, that most of us never ever seen yet. We never saw him play. We only heard stories. So the truth is, anybody born in the 70s, you are the legend that we saw when we think about football. And I tell people they did the calculations. And today, the value of your contract is 40 million euros. That's what the value would be. That's how good you were. And it's not like you played 10, 11 seasons in Jamaica Premier League. You played schoolboy football for the national team and a couple seasons at Harbour at the Premier League level and Major League level. You understand me? It shows how good a talent you are. And if you can say that there are other talents in Jamaica, we agree. So big thank you to you. Now there's over 100 and almost 200 people watching at this point. So I want you to talk to them. I know they're going to be upset with me because I didn't bring up all of their comments. All your neighbor was on it. So big up your neighbor. I don't know. Angai Evelyn, I think the name is saying that my neighbor. So I don't know if you know the person, but they said my neighbor.
Yeah, man.
All right. But I just want to give you the opportunity to finish off by bigging up the persons out there and talking to, the youngsters and all the persons watching right now. You get the last word to share with them.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. And I really appreciate it. It's a great forum. I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And I'm happy I was able to make such an impact throughout my playing career. And I hope to continue to do so. On the other side, you know what I mean? And I just want to tell the people that just to continue to believe, you know what I mean? And if you have a little one near you, nurture him, man, guide him in the right direction, support him, give him all the support that he wants, give him all the support that he needs in order for him to achieve that goal and that dream, you know what I mean? Because I think it's easier now than back then. So make the most of it. You know what I mean? And I just love every time, man. All heap of love and blessings.
Yeah, so so Foley say you and him used to the DJ, and so leave a piece of links to the people, you know, man.
Hello.
No, man, that's a foul thing. You can't do that. You can't.
So for move to your goal if you want to make it. And not make nobody tell you say you can't get it. Nothing not change. Today is just another topic. You know what I mean? A win will come for win, we come for win. Yeah. You want win not come for lose, nah draw. Yeah, that was one of our songs we were always singing during the campaign, huh?
When you come for win, you come for win. All right.
Yeah. You know, come for lose, nah draw, you know?
But you know what I didn't know? That you all used to clash here and foul it.
Yeah, man. Me and the Mars are clash, man. Me and the Mars is artificial. Me and the Mars are be the vibes in our camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, brother, man.
Yeah, man. But thanks again for your time, and listen, take care. We will talk. You understand? We will communicate and think, because it's like I said, you know, we're always here talking football with Freddie and Dean and the rest of those guys, and I know you're part of that as well. But I mean, on behalf of everyone here, we say a big thank you, and on behalf of the entire Jamaica, we say thank you, because like I said, what you did is still historic. You were the first Jamaican to get a contract to go to England. Most money, I think, after that, Keith Kelly even went to France, but you set the trend. I mean, Whitmore went to England out of that. Ian Goodison, Walter Boyd, and not like what you did is so significant, right? Yeah, man. And see a neighbor saying that they're from Driftwood Drive.
Okay, yeah, man. Miss on them, yeah.
There you go.
All over and blessings.
Yeah. And see Woolman's, you know, if you say nothing to your Woolman's people, then because that are Woolman's people.
Man, Woolman's people, man, I get quite a gist, man. You know what go?
How Woolman's doing in the Manning Cup?
Don't worry about it, man. Yeah, we'll always stand proud, you know. Everything we do at our best. Same way.
Yeah.
So I know what them are do them best, same way.
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings again, and take care, Sir Gardner. We will talk.
What do you call love, King? See?
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings.
Yeah.
All right. There you have it, people. Ricardo Bibi Gardner. What a story. I mean, articulate. I mean, inspiring. You know, informative. You know, directive. You know, just helping to give direction to many things. Right? I hope we have heard. I hope we have listened. And if you have a youngster around you, take some of these things that he said and share with them. I want to thank all of you for sticking and staying with us for the duration of this interview. Listen, if you have not yet, please like the video. It's very easy. Just hit the like button. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We have more big interviews lined up for you this week. We have a next big one lined up for you tomorrow morning here at 11. It's going to be really good. And one in the evening. Again, thank you so much. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. As usual, we want to thank our sponsors, Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada that uses authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products, right? Authentic Jamaican stuff. You can get 25% discount from Tricknick. All you have to do is shop at www.tricknick.ca and use the code I am sure sports 001 to get your discount, right? I'm going to play a couple of ads so you can see a couple of the products that they use. I can't tell you who is next, but it's going to be good. We have there, you know, we are going to communicate and interview almost everyone that participated in the 1998 campaign, and not only that, but even players who are making great marks in Jamaica's football way before 1998, because our football didn't start there and it didn't end there, right? We still have Steve Buckner, who we are going to do part 2 with of his interview. We have Denden Hutchinson to do part 2 of, right? So look out for those things. Here's a word from our sponsors, Tricknick.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.